And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium. As Brevard College Volleyball getting set to host the Scotties, visiting from Agnes Scott. Been a little while since we've seen the Tornadoes on their home court, and looking forward to this one versus the Scotties. Stick with us. Tornadoes and Scotties coming up next. Thank you and good luck to both teams. Tornadoes and Scotties coming up next. All right, so ready to get started here as final team huddle following starting lineup introductions and the national anthem. So Agnes Scott, the Scotties, entering this matchup with a 1-13 record, 1-4 in the USA South Conference. And facing off against the host Brevard College Tornadoes. Tornadoes played a very good Bob Jones University team last night. So second match in less than 24 hours for the Tornadoes. And starting lineup for the Tornadoes, Logan Priddy, Morgan Graham, Ashley Hoxett, Caitlin Presley, Bailey Lance, the libero, Kendall Rockstad, and Melanie Hoyle. And starters for the Scotties, Alicia Holmes-Terry, along with Summer Davis, Jada Milner, Carmen Ross, Daisy Hooper, and Taylor Carnley. So getting underway here at the Boshemer Gymnasium. First point underway. Attack there by Hoxett. And then quick hands there by Rockstad to keep that alive. Good rally right off the bat here between these two squads. Holmes-Terry making things happen defensively. Then a nice dig there for Lance. Long rally here to start this match, and it's going to be a point for the Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So an early 1-0 lead for the Nados. As service there, and an ace for the Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So an early ace by Logan Priddy, the freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina. And the ace has been such a valuable weapon for the Tornadoes all season long, and able to get an early one here. 2-0 Tornadoes. Attack there by Presley. Dug up by Carnley of the Scotties. Here coming the other way is Hoxett. Dig there by Davis. And a kill there by the Scotties. Point Scotties. So credit the point to Milner. Nice job getting up high along that right side. And Daisy Hooper will serve for the Tornadoes. Morgan Graham is checked in, and she's able to dig that up from the back line. Here's an opportunity for the Nados, but in fact, the point's going to go ahead and be awarded to the Tornadoes. They're on a net violation, so point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So Hoxett now will serve. Attack there by McKenna Parkins, who's checked in. And that'll be a point for the Tornadoes. Kill for Parkins. Point Tornadoes. So Hoxett now with another service. Nice job there on the block, but block ends up just going wide. Point Scotties. Point Scotties. There's Rockstad on the block and the finish. Point Tornadoes. So Kendall Rockstad, who then checks out. One freshman for the next, Melanie Hoyle, one of the starters for the Tornadoes, the freshman checking in. Serve there from Bailey Lance, but point Scotties. Point Scotties. So early action here, a 5-3 lead for the Brevard College Tornadoes. Serving now for the Scotties is Ariel Henderson, Service error, point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So Presley now will do the honors. Certainly a key leader for the Tornadoes. Point Scotties. So a point there for the Scotties. 6-4 the score. Point Tornadoes. Another kill there for McKenna Parkins. Point Tornadoes. So 8-4 now the score. Tornadoes going a bit on a run, but the Scots have other ideas. Point Scotties. So the Scotties able to stop that scoring run by the Tornadoes. Now 8-5 the advantage. Holmes Terry with the service. Presley. Attack there from Hoyle. Defended well by the Scotties, and the finish by the Scotties. Point Scotties. Taylor Carnley out of Alabama. Holmes Terry, the libero out of Woodstock, Georgia, with the service. And the ace for Holmes Terry. Point Scotties. Point Scotties. So Scotties have tied up this first set 8-8. So battling their way back, much on the service of Holmes Terry, and she sends it across again. Hawks it with a big attack there. Point Tornadoes. Just what the doctor ordered from the Brevard College standpoint, as Ashley Hoxett put an end to that scoring run, the freshman from Balsam Grove, North Carolina. And now bring in Grace Pukas. We talked about the service ace. She's one of the top serving Tornadoes. And there's an ace there right on cue. Point Tornadoes. So Grace Pukas, the junior from Valrico, Florida. Big-time ace there. Then into the net, so point Scotties. Point Scotties. Tornadoes 10, Scotties 9. Allie Simon has checked in for the Tornadoes, the freshman from Clover, South Carolina. A lot of talent in the freshman class for the Tornadoes, and we're seeing just how deep that class is. Some names and faces we haven't seen too much of yet here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, getting some playing time here in the first set of this one. Hawks it with the attack there. Just long. Point Scotties. Point Scotties. So we're tied up once again at 10. Scotties work their way back to tie this match at 8. Tornadoes pulled away for a 10-8 advantage. Now tied up once again at 10. Graham. Nifty little move there by Presley. Point Tornadoes. The art of deception. Presley showing set, assist all the way, and ends up turning it into an attack, completely catching the Scotties off guard. Here comes Agnes Scott on the attack once again. Presley then digs it up. Pretty setting up Hoxett. Dug up there by Lance. Presley with an attack and the finish. Point Tornadoes. So back-to-back kills by the sophomore from right here in Brevard, North Carolina, Caitlin Presley, to pull away 12-10. So once again, another tied score, and then back-to-back points by the Tornadoes. See if they can get a scoring run going here off the service of Pretty. And that point will go to Agnes Scott. Point Scotties. So similar to what we saw after that 8-8 tied score, Tornadoes pull away by 2 points, and then the Scotties able to stop the scoring run and tie it up once again. So we're seeing a bit of a pattern here, now tied 12-12. Point Scotties. Serving for the Scotties is Daisy Hooper out of Tyrone, Georgia, Sandy Creek High School. Presley on the attack. Now an opportunity for Agnes Scott. Dug up there nicely, one-handed dig by Lance, and a big attack there by Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. Ashley Hoxett with a big-time finish there, the freshman from Balsam Grove. Parkins has checked back in. She's up front along with Presley and Rockstad. Point Tornadoes. So another point for the Nados. And the service for Hoxett will continue. And now Agnes Scott on the attack. Up high there, Presley and Rockstad. Nice job combining on that block. What a dig by Lance. Diving effort. Now another opportunity from Agnes Scott. Dug up there by Pretty. Lance setting up Presley. Presley with a big hit. And just long, point Scotties. Point Scotties. So serving now for the Scotties after that last point. 14-13, Tornadoes on top is Carmen Ross, the senior from Roswell, Georgia, Centennial High School. Attack there from Rockstad. Long once again, so back-to-back long attacks for the Tornadoes. Out. And point for the Scotties, all tied up at 14. Point Scotties. So 14-14 your score. Tornadoes and Scotties, several tied scores as of late. Kill there by Presley. Point Tornadoes. So Caitlin Presley with the finish. And once again, a service here for the Nados. And a service error, so point to the Scotties. Point Scotties. So several tied scores as of late. Tornadoes unable to really pull ahead by much more than 2 points on any given run. Point Tornadoes. Service error there, so an opportunity here for the Tornadoes. And Caitlin Presley checking in for the Tornadoes. Number 11, Allie Simon. So Simon, Hoyle, and Parkins up front. Libero Bailey Lance is in the match, as is Caroline Malfris. Here comes Agnes Scott. And that attack is long. Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. Service error there, so back to the Scotties we go. And Scotties able to take a 17-16 lead, we believe. We're going to check the score here in a moment. Presley setting up Parkins. Yeah, so in fact it is Brevard 17, Agnes Scott 16. So we apologize for the scoring discrepancy there. And Tornadoes able to earn another point, 18-16 the lead. Point Tornadoes. Morgan Graham checking in, one of those top serving Tornadoes. The senior out of Covington, Virginia, Allegheny High School. See if the Tornadoes can pull ahead by more than 2 points. This has kind of been where they've stalled. And there we go, a third consecutive point for the Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So service now for Graham. And gonna have a ball switch there. Perhaps a little bit of perspiration on the volleyball. And meanwhile, a little bit of a stoppage. Checking everything at the scores table, make sure everything's aligned. But as far as our count, score is correct, 19-16. So hang with us here as we're in a momentary delay at the scores table. Well, the Tornadoes, we mentioned the match at Bob Jones, tough Bob Jones team last night. Prior to that, a big 3-1 win versus LaGrange. So back to action here. Morgan Graham, the service score is in fact confirmed correct, 19-16. So a big 3-1 win over LaGrange, and Tornadoes continuing conference play. They'll head to Lookout Mountain, Georgia this weekend, a tri-match where they'll face off against Covenant, also Wesleyan College. And then back here at the Bosch on Tuesday night, October the 12th, 6 p.m. start time for that one here at the Bosch Gymnasium. So on the court for the Tornadoes, Graham with the service, along with Bailey Lance, the libero. Hoxett and Hoyle up front. Allie Simon and Caitlin Presley round out the Tornadoes' rotation at the moment. Here's Presley setting up Hoxett. Big hit there from Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So a big time finish there for Ashley Hoxett, and the Tornadoes starting to pull away a little. This match was tied up at 16-16, one of several ties. We're tied at 8-8, 10-10, and there's an ace by Graham. Point Tornadoes. And a timeout on the court. Timeout on the court. So the Tornadoes able to pull away 21-16, 4 points away from winning the set. 21-16 your score, set number one. So back to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, and Morgan Graham continuing her service. Tornadoes with a 5-0 scoring run at the moment, trying to keep this going. Scotty's on the attack, up high trying to block that were Tornadoes blockers, but point Scotties. Point Scotties. Getting up high there was Hoyle. And Scotty's able to finish that off. Good looking serve and a service ace there from Holmes Terry. Point Scotties. The libero from Woodstock, Georgia. Libero, of course, wearing a different color jersey, in this case white for the Scotties. Hoyle on the attack. Kept alive there by Davis. Now sending it over is Hooper. Big hit there from Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. Ashley Hoxett, once again, very effective on the attack. And now serving for the Tornadoes, Melanie Hoyle. Point Scotties. So Scotty's able to wrestle that point back, and now serving for Agnes Scott will be Taylor Carnley. Backline for the Tornadoes, Bailey Lance, Morgan Graham, and Lance was trying to get to that one. Ace for the Scotties. Point Scotties. So good looking serve there to find the opening in that Tornado defense by Carnley. And back-to-back aces now from Carnley. Point Scotties. So the service ace, both these teams utilizing that weapon. That's 5 service aces for the Scotties. Point Tornadoes. And Tornadoes now with a 23-21 advantage. And service here coming from Logan Pretty. Pretty. Graham just sends it over. Did make it difficult with that bump. Now an attack from Hoxett. Here come the Scotties. Point Tornadoes. Set point. So set point here, 24-21. And the serve from Pretty. And that's going to be a third hit over. So now an attack from Hoxett, and Hoxett will finish that off. Tornadoes win 25-21. Tornadoes win set number 1, 25-21. Set number 2 coming up next. So a 25-21 victory for the Tornadoes in set number 1. Tornadoes did a nice job of pulling away late in that first set to earn the 25-21 victory. We'll have set number 2 coming up next. ready for second set action here at the Boshamer Gymnasium, and Tornadoes in the white jersey with the blue trim and the blue numerals, black shorts, black socks, black Nike shoes, and Agnes Scott, the Scotties, in the purple jerseys with the white numerals, black shorts, black socks, black shoes. So getting ready here, set number 2. Tornadoes were led in that first set by Ashley Hoxett with 6 kills. Also on the attack, McKenna Parkins and Caitlin Presley, each with 3 kills. Presley also had 5 assists. Logan Pretty had 5 assists. 3 service aces for the Tornadoes: Grace Pukas, Logan Pretty, and Morgan Graham. Lance led the Tornadoes in digs with 7. Graham also had 5 digs. Agnes Scott was led on the attack by Taylor Carnley with 3 kills. Roque Moore, Milner, and Hooper each with 2 kills. Carnley had 4 assists as well. Ariel Henderson had 5 assists. 5 service aces for Agnes Scott. That was a big part of their attack. So Agnes Scott leading that category 5-3. And leading defender Alicia Holmes-Terry, who right on cue handling the service for the Scotties. Attack there by Presley. Point Tornadoes. And Tornadoes draw first blood here in set number 2. Early 1-0 advantage. And that's going to be a difficult continuation there for Agnes Scott, but able to keep the point going, but ultimately the point goes to the Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. And the Bailey Lance service will continue. She serves from the left side. Lance spins the volleyball and then sends it all the way back to the back line, handled by Holmes-Terry. Attack there by Ross into the net, so Tornadoes with 3 straight points to open this set. Point Tornadoes. So a 3-0 lead for the Brevard College Tornadoes. And an ace there for Lance. Point Tornadoes. So Bailey Lance with her first ace of the match and the 4th ace of the match so far for the Nados. Here come the Scotties. Big hit there. Jada Bryant with a big attack there for the Scotties. Point Tornadoes. So the Bailey Lance service continues, an early 5-0 run, and there's another ace for Lance, her second of this scoring run. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes, a 6-0 run. Point Tornadoes. Make it a 7-0 run for the Tornadoes. Great start to the second set and already leading 1-0. Just joining us, Brevard won the first set 25-21. Miraculously, the Scotties able to dig that one up, and now here comes the team in purple once again, dug up there by Lance. Malfris send it over for the Tornadoes, and that's going to be another point for the Tornadoes, so make it an 8-0 run. Point Tornadoes. Runs even longer than that if you date it back to the first set. Double digits, the scoring run. And finally ends there on the service error. Point Scotties. So 8-1. Brevard with the early advantage here, set number 2. Presley on the attack. Here comes the Scotties. Point Scotties. Malfris did her best to keep that point alive for the Tornadoes. Malfris, Lance, and Presley on the back line. This will be Lance. There's Pretty setting up Parkins, blocked by the Agnes Scott Scotties. Milner and Ross on the block. Point Scotties. 8-3 your score. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to wrestle back the serve, and handling the service will be Caitlin Presley, sophomore from right here in Brevard, North Carolina, Brevard High School. Presley set up Malfris. Now that attack's going to sail long and wide, so 10-3, Tornadoes on top. Point Tornadoes. Tornadoes with a good hitting percentage in that first set. Point Scotties. As Scotties able to win that last point, and Daisy Hooper will handle the service. Tornadoes hitting 273 in that first set, while holding Agnes Scott to a 182 hitting percentage. Point Scotties. USA South Conference action between these two. Point Tornadoes. And Morgan Graham will check in along with Ashley Hoxett, as Malfris and Parkins head to the bench area. The serve from Graham, the jump serve. Dug up there nicely by Simon. Hoxett sends it over. Hoxett digging deep, and that point will go to the Agnes Scott Scotties. Point Scotties. So Carmen Ross will handle the serving duties for the Scotties. Ross with 3 digs in that first set. Point Tornadoes. Allie Simon, the freshman, with the point there, and Grace Pukas will check in and handle the service here. Tornadoes doubling up the Scotties, 12-6 here in the first set. Presley. Nice job there, setting up her teammate Kendall Rockstad. Rockstad with the finish. Point Tornadoes. Kendall Rockstad, the freshman from Kannapolis, North Carolina, South Rowan High School. And the Grace Pukas service will continue. 13-6 the lead after back-to-back kills by Hoyle and Rockstad. Dug up there by Presley. Here comes the Scotties, and that attack's going to sail long, so another point for the Tornadoes and an 8-0 lead, 8-0 advantage here. 14-6 overall here in the second set, and a timeout on the court. Timeout on the court. So we'll take it with them. Tornadoes up 1-0, 14-6. 8-point advantage here, set number 2. Back to action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, 14-6, Tornadoes on top, set number 2, but Agnes Scott coming off the timeout, able to earn a point there. Point Scotties. Checking in for the Tornadoes, Melanie Hoyle. Actually, check that, Hoyle checking out as libero lances in. Hawks it. Hawks it, doing her best to keep that alive after Rockstadt got an initial hand on it. Point Tornadoes. So gratifying point there. Some nice hustle. And Logan Pretty will do the honors. The serve from Pretty. Graham sends it over. And Scotty's able to win that point. Point Scotty's. 15-8, Tornadoes with a comfortable 7-point lead here in set number 2. 10 points away from taking a 2-0 advantage in sets. Point Tornadoes. So now Tornadoes with an 8-point lead. And Ashley Hawks it with the service. The jump serve from Hoxit. Hooper with the finish for the Scotties. Point Scotties. So another service opportunity here for the libero of the Scotties, Alicia Holmes-Terry. And that serve into the net. However, an error against the Tornadoes, so point Scotties. Point Scotties. So 16-10 the score. So getting the clarification there, indeed point Scotties. And an ace there from Holmes-Terry. Point Scotties. So the libero, Alicia Holmes-Terry, she's been effective with the serve. 4 aces to lead all players. Point Tornadoes. That attack sails wide, so opportunity here for the Tornadoes. And Bailey Lance, the libero, will do the honors. 17-11 your score, period number 2. Big time finish there, just slamming the door on things. Melanie Hoyle, point Tornadoes. The freshman from Silva, North Carolina, Smoky Mountain High School, taking authority above that net and laying down the hammer on the Scotties. 18-11 the score. Nice job there, and ultimately a kill for Logan Pretty. Point Tornadoes. Timeout on the court. And a timeout on the court. 19-11 Tornadoes once again with an 8-point advantage here in set number 2. So back to action here, set number 2. And service will continue here for Bailey Lance. Tornadoes forcing that Agnes Scott timeout after back-to-back kills. Melanie Hoyle and Logan Pretty. Lance, attacked by Presley, dug up by the Scotties. And then up high with the block is McKenna Parkins. Point Tornadoes. So the Tornado scoring run continues. Point Tornadoes. Service ace there by Lance. She has been very effective with the service ace. In fact, really got that going here in this second set, Lance did. Now a 10-point advantage, largest of the evening for the Tornadoes. Point Scotties. As Scotty's able to snap that scoring run, a 5-0 run to pull away 21-11, but now 21-12 your score. Attack there by Parkins. Lance, Pretty, Presley, point Tornadoes. So Presley able to finish that off with the kill. And she'll be rewarded with a service opportunity here. 22-12. Tornadoes with a double-digit lead. And the service from Presley. Point Tornadoes. And credit the service ace from Presley. So Tornadoes now just 2 points away from going up 2-0. Presley's first service ace. Parkins. That'll sail long. Point Scotties. Presley leading the way for the Tornadoes. 7 kills, 8 assists, and a service ace. Scotties trailing by 10. Now making a substitution, so quick stoppage in the action. Big hit there, but long. Point Scotties. So Scotties able to stay alive here. 23-14. Tornadoes on top. Set number 2, Presley. Parkins. Point Tornadoes. Set point. So a set point opportunity for the Tornadoes, 24-14, and Morgan Graham, the senior, with the opportunity to finish off this set with the service for the Tornadoes. The serve from Graham. And it's an ace. Tornadoes win set number 2, 25-14, a 2-0 set advantage. Set number 3 coming up next. So Tornadoes able to win set number 3 by the score of 25-14. So good looking volleyball there in set number 2 for the Tornadoes. And able to pull away with a 2-0 set advantage. So Tornadoes in the driver's seat now against the Scotties of Agnes Scott in this USA South Conference matchup. Tornadoes will be back in action this weekend in Lookout Mountain, Georgia, a tri-match hosted by Covenant. They will play the hosts Covenant Scots at 1 p.m. and then take on Wesleyan College in a neutral site contest at 3 o'clock. Tornadoes will head back home here to the mountains of western North Carolina and face off against Piedmont on Tuesday. So 6 nights from now, right here at the Boshamer Gymnasium. That's a 6 p.m. start time. And then the Tornadoes, 5 matches on the road or in neutral site competition before heading back home Senior Day on Saturday, October the 30th. So still plenty of USA South Conference volleyball tournament action for the Tornadoes and trying to jockey for position for that conference tournament. That begins on November the 2nd. Well, glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuning in from for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Set number 3 about to get started here as Tornadoes head back out onto the court. Kendall Rockstad, Caitlin Presley, Ashley Hoxett, Morgan Graham, Logan Priddy, and Melanie Hoyle. Tornadoes with a second set statement. The 25-14 set win. And we'll try to finish this off in 3 sets, leading 2-0. Tornadoes have been led by Caitlin Presley with 7 kills, 9 assists, also a service ace and 2 digs. Also on the attack, 4 kills for McKenna Parkins, 3 kills for Melanie Hoyle, 9 assists for Logan Priddy. Also, the service ace department, Bailey Lance came alive in that second set. She had 3 aces in that set. And now Logan Priddy, who has an ace to her credit as well, will handle the service. Lance also has 12 digs, Parkins with 5 digs. Blocks by Parkins, Presley, Rockstad, and Hoyle. Graham, Priddy, Lance, Presley, Hoxett, and Rockstad, the 6 on the court for the Tornadoes. Point, Tornadoes. And good start for the Tornadoes here in set number 3. Early advantage, 1-0. Rockstad going up high in the finish there. Point, Tornadoes. So Kendall Rockstad showing some of that vertical ability, going up high with the right hand. Perspiration on the Boshamer Gymnasium playing surface. Make sure we take care of that. Play student athlete health and safety, certainly the priority. Want to make sure that court is dry. Here's Presley. Lance setting up Hoxett this time. Scotty's try to keep it alive, but it'll be point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes with an early 3-0 advantage, all off the service of Logan Priddy, freshman from Greensboro, Grimsley High School. Lance, Priddy setting up Hoxett. Point Scotties. So Hoxett, a little too much velocity on that one, perhaps, as it sails along, and point will go to Agnes Scott. Agnes Scott College, located in Decatur, Georgia. About a 3-hour drive from Brevard, North Carolina to Decatur. Point Tornadoes. And service here for Hoxett. Decatur, a suburb of Atlanta. Point Scotties. Backline for the Tornadoes to receive this serve. Lance, Malfris, and Parkins. Point Tornadoes. Rockstad with the finish there. Hoyle checks in for Rockstad. Big high five there. And Lance now with the service. The libero for the Tornadoes. Parkins tried to slam the door there. Unable to get it over the net, so it'll be point Scotties. Point Scotties. You're watching USA South Conference Volleyball live from the Boshamer Gymnasium. Brevard College, located in Brevard, North Carolina, in the mountains of western North Carolina. That serve sails long, so service error, point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So Caitlin Presley will handle the honors. Tornadoes with an early 6-3 lead here in set number 3, leading 2-0. That's an ace for Presley. Point Tornadoes. So second ace of the match for Presley, 9th ace of the match for the Tornadoes as a team. Make it 10 aces. Point Tornadoes. Nifty serve there by Presley, trying to catch the Scotties off guard. Here comes the Scotties the other way. Point Tornadoes. So another point for the Tornadoes there, and Tornadoes able to pull away with a 6-point advantage here early part of set number 3. Big kill there by Summer Davis, and she'll be rewarded with a service opportunity. Point Scotties. So Summer Davis with the serve. Sophomore from Atlanta, Lakeside High School. Parkins. Presley. Lance setting up Parkins. Scotties keeping it alive there. Presley from her knees able to keep that one alive. Point will go to the Scotties after that attack. Unable to clear the net. Point Scotties. And the service of Summer Davis will continue. 9-5 your score. Parkins. Presley sending it completely the other way there to Allie Simon. Her attack sails wide. Point Scotties. Point Scotties. Set number 3. Tornadoes up 9-6. 3 straight points for the Scotties, trying to work their way back into the set. And 4 straight points now for Agnes Scott. Point Scotties. So Agnes Scott with the 9-7 deficit now to the Tornadoes. And there's an ace. Point Scotties. Summer Davis. A 5-0 scoring run for Davis and company. Presley setting up Hoyle. And that'll land wide, and point will go to the Tornadoes. Point, Tornadoes. And service for Morgan Graham. Graham has 2 aces thus far, as the Tornadoes, as we mentioned, 10 as a team. Point, Tornadoes. Make it 11 aces and 3 for Morgan Graham. Bailey Lance also has 3 aces. Graham. Greatly done there. The save by Presley. Diving to her right to keep that one alive. And then that attack will go off the hand of a Tornado, so point Scotties. Point Scotties. Here comes Hoxett. Point, Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to wrestle the serve back. And Grace Pukas will check in. She'll handle the service duties. Up front for the Tornadoes, Allie Simon, Kendall Rockstad, and Ashley Hoxett. Presley and Graham in the match as well. Presley setting up Simon. Pukas trying to keep that alive, and that point will go to the Scotties. Point Scotties. Melanie Hoyle checks back in. And serving for the Scotties will be Taylor Carnley. Carnley with 2 service aces on her statistical ledger, also leading the Scotties in assists. Point Scotties. So that attack was close, but ruled wide. So Scotties able to cut the deficit to just 1 point. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to win that point there and pull back ahead 13-11. Pretty will do the honors. Serve from Pretty. And count the ace for Logan Pretty. Point Tornadoes. So Logan Pretty now giving the Tornadoes their 12th ace of the match. Make it 13. Point Tornadoes. A baker's dozen in the ace department for the Tornadoes. And a 15-12 advantage to boot here. Set number 3. And count it, another ace for Pretty. Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. Service of Pretty continues. Point Scotties. Lance able to keep that alive. Here come the Scotties. Pretty. Lance. Presley. Another opportunity for the Tornadoes. Hoxit. Point Tornadoes. And Hoxit with the winner there. (18-12) your score, and point there for the Scotties. Point Scotties. Tornadoes got up high there at the net with the block attempt, but block ricocheted to the right, and Scotties with the point, and Carmen Ross with the serve. Parkins will send it over. And it's a kill for Parkins. Well done. Point Tornadoes. McKenna Parkins. Sophomore from Marion, North Carolina. McDowell High School. Point Scotties. So after a service error, the Scotties will regain control of the service. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to stretch their lead to a half dozen, 20-14, and Presley will see if she can keep this scoring run going. Timeout on the court first. Timeout on the court. Your score in set number 3, Tornadoes 20, Scotties 14. Tornadoes leading 2-0 in sets, 5 points away from a match victory. Tornadoes up 20-14, set number 3. Presley with the serve. Point Tornadoes. So 21-14 now the advantage for the Tornadoes, who are inching closer to, from their perspective, hopefully finishing off this match in 3 sets. And blocked there by Hoyle. Point Tornadoes. Hoyle going up high, taking care of business on the defensive end. The finish at the net. Lance. Presley. Here's Parkins. Well defended there. Point Scotties. Point Scotties. So 25-12. Tornadoes won set number 1, 25-21. Set number 2, 25-14. Now 2 points away from a set 3 victory. Point Tornadoes. 23-16. as Morgan Graham will do the honors. The senior from Covington, Virginia. Up high for the block there, Hoyle and also Simon. Here's Hoxett. Point, Tornadoes. Set point, Tornadoes. Match point. So a set and match point opportunity here for Brevard College, up 24-16. So certainly a cushion for the Nados. The 24-16 advantage. Service error there, so Agnes Scott will be able to hold on to at least another service opportunity here. Point Scotties. Still set point. It remains match point. Attack here from Simon. Point, Tornadoes. Tornadoes take set number 3 and the match. Tornadoes winning set number 3, 25-17. Brevard won set number 1, 25-21. Set number 2, 25-14. And won set number 3, 25-17. Your final score, Brevard 3, Agnes Scott 0. Tornadoes volleyball will be back in action right here at the Boschmer Gymnasium on Tuesday, October 12th versus Piedmont University. Hope to see you tomorrow night for women's soccer and Saturday for football here at Brevard College. Once again, your final score for the final time, Brevard 3, Agnes Scott 0. Thanks for your support of Brevard College volleyball. Go Tornadoes. So Tornadoes with the 3-0 advantage. And able to win the match in straight sets. Well, we'll bring you some final statistics in just a moment, but a fruitful night for the Tornadoes under the direction of Anna Grant and Kia Kaufman, and getting back to their winning ways here at the Boschmer Gymnasium with the 3-0 straight set win over Agnes Scott. Stick with us. We'll bring you some final numbers in just a moment. Your final score from the Boschmer Gymnasium, Tornadoes with a 3-0 victory. 25-21 set number 1, 25-14 set number 2, 25-16 in set number 3. Tornadoes were led by Ashley Hoxett with 10 kills. Caitlin Presley had 7 kills, 14 assists, 3 service aces, 4 digs. Great all-around match for Presley. Melanie Hoyle with 6 kills. McKenna Parkins with 5 kills. Kendall Rockstad had 3 kills, and Allie Simon had 2 kills, including the match winner. 12 assists for Logan Pretty to lead the action. Scotties were led by Daisy Hooper with 6 kills, 10 assists for Taylor Carnley. Tornadoes able to get the win. They will be back in action this weekend at Lookout Mountain, Georgia. A tri-match hosted by Covenant, taking on Covenant and also Wesleyan College. Then back here at the Bosch on Tuesday, October the 12th versus Piedmont University. That's a 6 p.m. start if you want to join us here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Tomorrow night, women's soccer under the lights at Eyes Lamel Family Field versus Warren Wilson College. Hope you can make it out for that one. And then Saturday, the big homecoming football game, 2 p.m. versus Maryville at Eyes Lamel Family Field. Well, thank you for joining us for this production of Brevard College Volleyball. I want to thank everyone who made it happen, including members of the men's and women's lacrosse team, men's and women's tennis, softball, and Joseph Marvin and Ethan Thompson as well, helping behind the scenes and with all the statistical data and information. Well, thank you for joining us for this production. Your final score for the final time, Brevard 3, Agnes Scott 0. Go Tornadoes.